808s bumping on it. 808s bumping on it. 808s bumping on it. 808s. 80. 80. 80. 80. What? 80. 80. 80. 80. What? See me as I'm coming through. Power is peaked and I'm about to break you. Everybody out here wanna act like I'm new. KOT been around, now who the fuck is you? I've been breaking spirits, planets, man. Now behold, for your death is at hand. Young nigga strapped with a Gallic gun, let it loose in this booth like it's having fun. Running around Snake Way just for a laugh as Bomber gets ready to draw me a bath. I'm not missing that meeting, so let's make this quick. Small power level must have a really small ADO, 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 what? ADO, 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 what? Slicing mountains while I switch you down. You and me going pound for pound, twin. My final flash invincible. Guard it, and you will be miserable. Look, I wanna fight you at your best. Are you sure that you can pass the test? Now, check my form and watch me go super. You know that I'm the #1 ruler.
Linchpin, the hand grenades, conscious blue flame kicking that fire like fade long. Grand Kai burning sage, dancing on an embers. Cold kush, no cigarette, charged up. K-bombs, destructo disc. I'm light years ahead, shit planets with my energy. Rolling ain't no controlling me. Lyrics smooth burn like some Hennessy. Ghostface, how I'm killing beats. Venom out my pen, ancestors speak to me. This is like no meet and greet. I got the season for the beat, so please move in peace or the wolves will deliver like Uber Eats. Ado, what? Ado, 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 what? Ado, 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 what? Ado, Ado, what? Ado.
What's going on, Shad? How we doing? Oh, yeah. We are out here on this beautiful Thursday afternoon, adventurers. How we guys doing today? Doing good? Yeah, I believe it. Alrighty. As we get started today, big ups to one of you who has been following on YouTube, on Twitch, on Kick. Thank you guys so very much. If you're new here or new to the channel, hey, what's going on? How you doing? It's your host, KeithLovesGaming, here with yet another fantastic Zenless Zone Zero video for you. If this video happens to find you well, please be sure to like the video. Please be sure to comment on the video. Please be sure to subscribe. Doing so allows me to be able to bring you all of this amazing content Monday through Friday, 10:30 to 3:30 most days. And I sincerely appreciate your continued support. Let me also make sure that I hit... Seems like we are running into a bit of some issues with making sure that this is up to and touching. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, cool. Let me also put this back up. We're out here, baby. Regardless of what goes on, I'm still going to be doing all the things that I can to make sure that I'm streaming with you guys effectively. So again, thank you all so much for supporting your favorite streamer today. I sincerely appreciate it. Kick back in the light stream. Bada bing. Yeah. Amazon's like, hey, we can do drops. Okay, I get it. Yes, drops. But you're also like messing up the flow here. My God. All right. And try to lower that down a little bit. Alrighty, perfect. Yeah, it does seem like... Huh. I am trying my best here, Chad. Hang on 1 second. I want to make sure that we're up to and touching here. Yeah, man, do I have to... I guess I'll just stop sharing for now. Let's see what's going on with these cameras. Hit the refresh one more time. That's so weird. It's like it's playing things super slowly today. Yeah, live. Might have to do a internet test depending, or start over. There we go. Seems like the preview is moving super slow today for some reason. And that shouldn't be the case. Dismiss this message. Yes, we understand that there are drops available. Hang on 1 second, chat. Yeah, my scrolling text isn't even going like how it should be. Alright, we'll try our best here. See if maybe doing all of that will give us a better option for having things rock and roll. Again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with your boy here today. I sincerely appreciate it. Let me just double check to make sure. Okay, it seems like we might be a bit better, possibly. Stream elements and everything else. Okay. Alright, let's try this now. So, as I've stated, I'm your host, KeithLovesGaming. We have a variety of news and things to get to today, but first we also have to pay the bills around here. So don't forget that today's episode is sponsored by Dubby. Dubby is the clean, jitterless energy blend that allows you to perform at your best, especially when you're trying to get back into some Zenless Zone Zero. You can utilize my product code KLG2024 to get 20% or more off of products like the Grandpa's Denture Water, the Beach and Peach, and of course the Galaxy Grenade. Once again, that's my product code KLG2024. Thank you so much to Dubby for sponsoring today's episode. And as per usual, moving right into the news today. Oh, if you do like what you see here, you can also support the channel by hitting us up over at the Patreon at KeithLovesGaming. When things are appropriately moving on the 1s and 2s and on the 3s and 4s, normally you would see them at the bottom of my subscriptions, of, my Discords, all the things, but it's KeithLovesGaming everywhere if you're confused, except on the Cash App, which is KeithUSNMA with the $sign in the front. Supporting the channel financially or just hitting the like button while you're here allows us to be able to be put in front of more eyes and more faces, gets those analytics up, and allows us to be consistent with our streaming schedule. When you guys aren't here, your boy is going to start super late, and I have no problem doing so. I want to get my sub goals up. I want to make sure that everything's up to and touching with technology and things of that nature, but I need your support, right? We can't do this type of thing without you guys being here in the wings every single day, Monday through Friday. And 10:30 doesn't happen if people aren't sitting over here and showing that support. So we gotta, bite the bullet and make sure that we put that pain out there. Just a little bit of pain. But don't worry, I'm still gonna be here streaming. I'm still gonna be doing the daggone thing. But you won't get that information on a timely fashion if you're not supporting the channel. So show your support where you can. Alrighty. And moving right into the news now. Let's start with Civilization 7 opens to mostly negative reviews as players call it an unfinished mess. Now, this is coming from The Gamer and the reporting from Vaspan Dastor. Thank you, Dastor, for the reporting. While Sid Meier's Civilization 7 launches on February 11th, those who brought the deluxe edition can already play the game a few days beforehand. This kind of advanced access for higher tier versions brings in more earnings, as well as acts as marketing for the game, via reviews and word of mouth. However, it seems to be doing the opposite for Civilization 7. As it currently stands, the game sits on mostly negative reviews on Steam, with over 1,200 reviews. The biggest complaints appear to be about the game's UI feeling unfinished. As you would imagine, a strategy game like Civ 7 requires an in-depth and intuitive UI, I believe. Oh my goodness, hang on 1 second, chat. Let's see. Alrighty, as I was stating, the reporting continues. Civ 7 requires an in-depth and intuitive interface and menu options, but many claim it feels like a pre-alpha build. A couple of minutes in, and it's just so blatantly unfinished, especially by Civ standards, says one user's review. The UI is total slop, everything looks super janky, the resource icons are like stock images from 1998, there is no discernible aspect of care put into the game, and that's something I never expected from Firaxis. Comparing this unfinished mess to the Civ 6 release is night and day. Apart from the UI, a lot of the reviews have also been slating the art and the icons. Some have even been commented on the lack of maps in the game, while more will probably be added soon. Players feel like there are too few at launch. However, the biggest observation by many players made was that it was made for console and then carelessly ported to PC. This strangely seems like in contrast with critical reviews, as Civilization 7 scored 81 on Metacritic at the time of writing. The Gamer's review for Civilization 7, writer Harry Alston stated, "Civilization 7 has completely surprised me. I was ready to hate the new Civilization and Age system. I was ready to grumble at the sneaking live service features. Instead, I've fallen deep into obsession with Civilization again. The game fills me with a warm, fuzzy feeling that makes me feel like a child rushing home to play Civ 4 on a dusty old beat-up CRT with a packet of biscuits and no responsibilities." And that's how it is for the moment. Let me know what you think or feel, or how you feel about Civilization 7 in the comments down below. Moving right along into other news, we have Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 review roundup. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 reviews just dropped, and they're looking very good so far. At the time of writing, the long-awaited sequel is sitting at an 89 on OpenCritic and an 87 on Metacritic. As long as it doesn't dip too far as more reviews come in, this is a much better performance than the first game back in 2018, which sits on a 72 on OpenCritic. On our review, senior video game producer Sam Halan gave the game a perfect score of 5 stars. He praised the game's story, knowing that it's a significant step up from the first entry. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is in almost every way the RPG that so many fans have been asking for, Halan concludes, with Baldur's Gate 3 taking the world by storm amidst so many other RPGs that widely missed the mark. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 presents a colossal, in-depth, beautiful, massively designed game right at the start of 2025. That's high praise. We're not the only site to go for the perfect score, with John Kotz from Game Rant, Callum Marshall from DualShockers, and Kale Adam from Push Square also finding little at fault with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which is very, very good. In daring to deliver its singular vision for a game, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 transports even the most grizzled genre veterans back to a time of truly immersive video game experiences, right, Kale Adam for Push Square? Challenging, uncompromising, and thoroughly engrossing, it is in a league almost entirely of its own. Of course, there are a range of scores coming in. Eurogamer went for 3 out of 5, with Catherine Castle finding it difficult to get into. Like the original, this isn't an RPG designed to make you feel good. You continue to be little more than a passenger in this historical tapestry, following along behind the horse trails of Henry's betters, then clearing up the mess they leave behind, she writes. Some will revel in that work, but I for one won't be chomping at the bit for another sequel anytime soon. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 launches soon, and we'll have to wait and see where the user score lands once it is in the hands of players. But for now, it certainly seems to be off to a good start. And of course, this was 3 days ago, so the user reviews should be in for this particular story. But you'll have to go to the Gamer to find out more about that particular game. Now moving on over to Eventhubs, we have Street Fighter 6 My Update patch notes. And again, this story has been updated with a complete list of patch notes for content and gameplay changes made to Street Fighter 6. The time has finally come for Mai Shiranui's long-awaited release into Street Fighter 6, and we can now see what changes to the game she will be bringing along with her. Capcom just dropped the official patch notes for Mai's big update. The update should be live after the maintenance period has concluded. The characters that received adjustments this time are Manon, Kimberly, Marissa, DJ, Cammy, Chun-Li, Zangief, Rashid, Ed, Akuma, M. Bison, and Terry Bogard. Of course, it's clear that Capcom is simply using this patch to apply some quality of life adjustments rather than rebalancing the cast. They're instead focusing on fixing issues like we do to how Capcom Cup 2024 is just around the corner. For example, while Terry Bogard is getting an adjustment to his walking animation, this doesn't have any real impact on his walk speed. This will, however, make it a little easier to discern his location while he's moving about. In other words, players shouldn't expect any shifts in the tier list with this latest update. Mai Shiranui being added as a new combatant is the only addition that's truly capable of shaking up the meta. So getting into the patch notes, we have Year 2 additional character Mai added. Various Mai related items can be found for sale in the goods shop. Let's see. Playback will be automatically set on when selecting techniques for reversal settings. Input history display now has higher priority than notices and the hit numbers display. Please note that with this update, training menu settings will be set back to default. We apologize for the inconvenience. Training room removed from the random stage select pool. Match restore feature added to custom room settings. In the event that a match ends due to a disconnect, you can restore the match to the start of the round when the disconnect occurred and continue the fight. That's pretty good, yo. I love that. 3 new ranks have been added to Master League. From MR 1600, we have High Master. From 1700, we have Grand Master. And from 1800, we have Ultimate Master. At the start of each new phase, all players will no longer be reset to MR 1500, but instead will scale to a master rate based on your final MR from the last phase. MR 2200 to MR 1710, MR 1850 to MR 1605, MR 1200 to MR 1410. New Master Phase rewards. Play ranked with characters in Master Rank or above to accumulate points to obtain the first ever animated player titles and DX colors. Please note that rewards will change with each phase. Okay, that'll definitely add some life and get people playing again to get those rare rewards and cosmetics, of course. So keep an eye out for that. Let's see, we have my segment for club uniforms and emblems added. We also have title settings. We have replays. You can now play back the replay of the previous match directly from the results screen during ranked and casual matches. Perfect. You can now open the replay menu during the round call or after a KO. Perfect. Replay menu has been updated to make it easier to access frequently used options such as change playback round. When playing multiple replays, you can now choose a specific replay from the menu. Perfect. Yeah. Local tournament mode added for use in events or tournaments to mitigate accidental settings from players, etc., which is advantage, locked round count, locked time, disallowed cutscene skip, automatic random stage select, long button press to open the pause menu during a fight, motion blur, input delay reduction, character damage display settings. Battle adjustments. Warning regarding replays. Of course, they won't be available. Let's see. World Tour things have been added. In order to prevent combo loops from occurring with certain simple attack flows, the rules for creating large combos have been changed. This change also applies to Avatar Battle in the Battle Hub. Oh man, so you can't just, do ridiculously broken combos by just piling all the strongest skills together. Good, make them think about it. Make them work for it. Let's see. Battle Hub, a special V rival, Professor Woshigi, has arrived. Players can now challenge the former Shadowloo researcher Woshigi in a special VR rival event. Use the character that Lee Fen has selected, complete the challenges, and earn special rewards. V Rival's AI has been adjusted, and now SimSim has even better decision making. You can now end a V Rival battle from the pause menu. My chat stickers are added to the phases category. Let's see. Yeah, doesn't seem to be much here. For gameplay patch notes, fixed an issue that caused the input buffer time to be shorter than normal in cases where the attack did not hit the opponent after absorbing a blow with a super armor. That was a fix for drive impact. Drive reversal, the backward movement parameters of the first frame have been removed to align with how this technique performs for other characters, which are impacted characters like Kimberly and Blanca. Perfect parry. If a multi-hit attack is perfect parried, it is no longer possible to cancel from the second attack and on. This fix was implemented during the 12.02.24 update, but was rolled back due to a known issue. That issue has now been resolved, so this is being re-implemented again in the update. In the character-specific things, forward Ashura Senku expanded the throw hurt box backwards when moving with this technique to make it more difficult to avoid an opponent's throw attempts the moment of passing through them. We have Super Art 2 Killer B fixed an issue where this opponent would not KO the opponent when trading hits. Okay. Chun-Li's got some issues fixed. Fixed an issue where it was not possible to cancel into a special move if this move was parried by the opponent, which is crouching light kick. Okay, so you can have a special move come out even if it's parried. Tenku kick fixed an issue where the jump cancel input buffer window after a hit when using modern controls differed from the window timing for classic controls. With DJ on its 3-beat combo, fixed an issue where the second attack would not come out if a downward direction input was being made at the same time. For Ed, level 1 Psycho Knuckle fixed an issue that caused opponents to not be able to move backwards after being hit with this move during the late active frames beyond frame 10. We have Kimberly with Super Art 1 Bushin Beats and Super Art 2 Bushin Scramble fixed an issue where these moves would not KO the opponent when trading hits. Manon, Normal Overdrive Rond Point fixed an issue where it was not possible to cancel into a Super Art if this move was parried by the opponent. Okay, that's kind of a buff. Marissa Overdrive de Chimeras. The Super Art cancel input buffer window timing has been changed to start from frame 10 instead of frame 2. Note, this change has been made to cut down on cases where inputting forward punch after performing an overdrive Demikiris with quarter circle back, or 2 punches resulted in Marissa's Super Art 2 activating by mistake. And M. Bison actually got a lot of things changed here. For drive impact, the timing for the character's central axis starting to move forward has been changed from frame 13 to frame 2, increasing the amount of forward movement until the end of the active frames. Good lord. The appearance of the move until the end of the active frames has not been changed. The attack hitbox and push box have been adjusted for change 1 so that the reach and situation on hit are not drastically different from before. The hurt box and armor hurt box have been adjusted for change 1. For Rashid, Super Art 1 fixed an issue with his Super Rashid kick where this move would not KO the opponent when trading hits, and then fixed an issue where the knockback time was considerably short when trading hits. For Terry Bogard, the walk animation has been updated to pull the central axis of the character further back so that their appearance on the screen better represents their actual position. This is purely a visual adjustment, and no changes have been made to the walk properties. Zangief, Backward Walk, fixed an issue where the first frame of a backward walk during a burnout behaved the same as walking forward. Yeah, okay. I see what they're going with here. Let's see. A lot of people are very happy about the World Tour stuff. Here over at Eventhubs.com, the number 1 and number 2 comments, Mai has the best matchup faces, no contest. This is coming from Utilis. I don't even know how Elena can even hope to outdo her, but I'm sure she's up for the challenge. Y'all better, like, really be careful when you mention Elena, alright? She's going to break this game, and then you guys are going to cry and complain about nerfing her when you already know how broken she was in Third Strike, alright? Be thankful that Mai is, like, stopping this from happening for at least the moment. From Alarcon, her World Tour story is pretty cool and well done. Not sure what her favorite gift is to get her costume 2 unlocked fast, but I spammed rubber ducks for 2 points a pop. That's fair. Get those points in, get those beautiful, I guess, costumes that everybody wants. And then everybody's like, my friend once said, why there is no hippie woman as a fighting game character? And Colifinos replied, I said, wait for Elena. Oh, man. Or Rose. But a lot of people are saying that they're super happy, super excited for all the things coming their way. And I am also very excited for these types of things. But in final headlines today, this was posted by Dakota Dark Horse Hills. Killer Instinct and Rumbleverse developer Iron Galaxy lays off 66 staff in last resort effort for long-term survival. I guess. I mean, we can try. Over the past few years alone, thousands upon thousands of jobs have disappeared from the video game industry, and this latest set of losses hits close to home for the fighting game community. Iron Galaxy announced today that the studio is laying off a decent chunk of their staff to ensure the company's long-term survival. Wait until Maximilian hears about this, dude. Just wait. When Max hears about this, it's so many people are going to get picked up. According to the Killer Instinct studio, 66 developers and support employees have lost their jobs, unfortunately. Iron Galaxy's post claims this was a last resort for them after current attempts to keep the company whole while weathering this financial storm did not work out in their favor. It's a measure we do not take lightly to enable our long-term survival, reads their official statement. This does not mean the developers of Rumbleverse and Divekick are in danger of closing right now, but their company health does not appear to be in line with where it needs to be, at least. There's no explicit reason given, but the premature sunsetting of Rumbleverse only after 6 months from Epic Games in 2023 is likely a large contributing factor. Yeah, I knew this was going to happen when they stated that they were going to lay off people, or they were closing or sunsetting Rumbleverse, and it was only a matter of time until these things started to, come out. So while you might be good for a few months, hedge your bets on getting fired if a game doesn't pan out, dude. Just hedge your bets and and make sure you're like looking at other companies in the meantime when shit fails. Because if something fails, developers, nobody is going to take responsibility except you. And that is the worst thing. Even if you didn't work on the game like that, you will take the responsibility and the brunt. Not the business people, not the investors. No, you will take the responsibility every single time. And it just goes to show, that they care more about the capital that they could make as opposed to the people who are actually involved. The reporting continues. Iron Galaxy was founded in 2008 in Chicago, Illinois, and have since gone on to open 3 more studios in Orlando, Florida, Nashville, Tennessee, and Austin, Texas, most recently in 2022. We're not sure what the total size of their employee pool is in 2025, but it's estimated they were around 250 in 2022, so that would be almost 25% of their staff if that number were still accurate. However, it was likely higher before the layoffs. Iron Galaxy made a name for itself in the FGC with 2013's Divekick, as well as taking over development of Killer Instinct from developer Helix beyond the reboot's first season. Although they don't make as many original titles now, the studio has kept quite busy porting and remastering other publishers' games to other systems, especially PC and the Nintendo Switch. Some of their recent works include The Last of Us Part 1 and 2, Metroid Prime Remastered, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection, and Apex Legends for the Switch. With their return to work on the anniversary edition of Killer Instinct, there's been some hope to see the team return to the series again, though nothing official has come of that yet. Everyone at Eventhubs sends our sincere regards and sympathies to all of those developers and staff impacted. You can find the full statement from Iron Galaxy here. An update on our staff. For several years now, we have watched our industry undergo significant change. So many of our friends and colleagues who work in game development have suffered a series of painful adjustments. We've seen talented people lose their jobs, inspiring companies have closed their doors, our own game Rumbleverse was met with a premature sunset. All the while, at Iron Galaxy, we've been making sacrifices to keep our teams intact. It's been our hope that we could emerge from this long winter alongside all the teammates who have come to work with us over the years. Today, we're making the unfortunate announcement that we have run out of room to maneuver amidst this slow recovery. Today, Iron Galaxy is parting ways with some of our developers and support staff. In total, we have reduced our employee base by 66 people. This was a means of last resort for us. It's a measure we do not take lightly to enable our long-term survival. Iron Galaxy is still committed to serving our partners in the creation of games. Our capabilities remain intact to work with the best companies in the world on the most beloved player experiences. This year, we'll continue to explore new ways to support an industry we love and keep working towards its ongoing recovery. At this moment, our focus is on our teammates who have begun a journey toward their next role. We thank them for working with us. We'll be doing everything we can to support them in the search for the next phase of their careers. Keep an eye out for them if you need good people. We are sorry to see them go. Okay, so before I get into my comments and how I feel about this, let's just go, I guess, right into the comments online. Anthony, with a 7 in the middle of his name, states, I mean, why exist at all? Do they even make games? Ackhawk responds, I'm assuming because free-to-play games are large investments. After 6 months, Rumbleverse shut down because it didn't perform as well as it needed to sustain development. This probably financially ruined them. Magatsuchi follows up with, surprised there was no article talking about the rumored release of KI on PS5. Might have been a good engagement thread. This means, Legendary J-Man states, this means we don't have KI4 in development, and that is unfortunate. Evil Hayato states, their game before that, Extinction, also didn't sell well and got horrid reviews. They have a hard time since KI wrapped. They have done a lot of great ports, though. And Nightfall for our final comment. That's freaking sad. Hate seeing people lose jobs, especially when it's doing something you love. Those posts were top notch. Didn't know they were at the helm. Wish Kai would come, or Killer Instinct would come to PS5. I'd buy it without a thought, especially if crossplay was added. Yeah. Absolutely. It is a terrible thing to see on all sides of the spectrum, regardless of where you sit. I would like to say, again, moments of silence for the people out there who did lose their jobs. It doesn't help, them trying to pick up the pieces and try to get everything back to where they wanted, but we need to do this for the people who were truly magnificent, but the company, supposedly, couldn't afford them for the long run for their survival, which, as somebody who's in business, it's a lot of PR and a lot of bull. I mean, maybe they do really feel that way, but when you're talking about people's livelihoods, I just don't see how you can try to make yourself look good while also handing somebody a pink slip, right? Like, that to me seems very ineffective and inappropriate. But, some people will support their favorite terrible developers to the definite, and, to each their own. I don't really appreciate developers and studios who will spit in the faces of those who made them, but there's not much I can do from the outside looking in. So a moment of silence for the people who, are unfortunately getting the short end of the stick for this. And I appreciate all of those of you who are joining me in this moment. Thank you. And oh man, does it suck super, super hard. But you gotta keep on pushing even through it all. Especially as you're out here just trying to make a way out of no way. A lot of people are going to see this as they should have performed better, they should have done better, or whatever, what have you. But at the end of the day, it's up to the company that puts a motor in their back to make it so that way these people can continue to have those livelihoods, or to do everything in their power to try to make it so that way more people can join the team, or find ways to mitigate those costs so that way they don't have to lay off people. But it's a tale as old as time. You'll see more of this as more games are sundowning. Developers will pay the price and pay the cost all the time, as opposed to anybody else paying the cost. So keep that in mind as we continue to move forward with this news. But again, I thank you guys so much. I'm going to try to hit a refresh here again. It seems like the preview is not keeping up with my gameplay, and that's not good. We might just have to make these two separate videos where we do the reporting, we do a full stream test, and then we figure things out. Because, we're on a completely different screen here. It's not changing at all. Alrighty. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably shut everything down, and then we'll rock it out as we get everything up to and touching. But let me know if you guys can see things. I'm still hitting the live button to make sure that we're up to and touching. Because I do see that in certain regards, we're on the page, but nothing's moving. And that's not good. So yeah, we're just going to have to do... Ooh, wait, hang on a second. Seems like it's moving a little bit, but not much. And these characters just move even in, like, basic things. So, yeah, we will be right back with more Zenless Zone Zero as we try to get our stream quality set up. I apologize for the inconvenience, but don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back with your regularly scheduled programming. And again, thank you guys so much for your support.